All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever we may be joining from. Um, Let me see, ensure that all our devices are working well. Okay, awesome. Okay, once again, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you may be joining from, or you may be, what time you'll be seeing this video, or the replay of this video. My name is Terry Omodibo, and I'm your host on the series or the episodes of the Pathways to Success series, Life with Terry. I believe it's been an awesome journey, awesome time so far in the different series that we've taken in the past 4 or 5 series, five series so far, episodes so far. I'm pretty excited about the results. I'm excited about the gains. I'm excited about the lives that are being transformed from where they are, taking them to where they should be. I'm so excited, and I want to thank everyone who has been joining me live so far in all the different episodes. And also, let me also specially appreciate everyone who also has been joining me live on all the different episodes from all the platforms. So I see also I have some persons joining me on Instagram. Okay, so I'm streaming live on my Instagram channel today. And of course, we're going to do this for a couple of weeks in this series. Okay, so let me see if there are a couple of persons joining me, celebrate them. Let me go on to see them, appreciate them, and then we can hit on. Now, in the different episodes, uh, we don't wait for anyone. We don't want to wait for so many persons. All right. If it's one, two, three, four, 5 persons that are joining, it's amazing. And we just hit it running. And those who join us much lately, they go also going to be getting the value. And of course, I also going to be leaving this on the platform for a couple of days or hours for everyone to get the benefits. Someone to listen to the replay, and thereafter it will be shared on my YouTube channel. All right, and you can go ahead and then watch it and watch the replay over and over again. Share the information with a lot of people as much as possible. For those joining me on Instagram, thank you, Owoni, for joining me on Instagram. I think that name is familiar. Yeah. That name is familiar. Thank you for joining. Okay, I see you. I see you. And every other person joining me live right now on Instagram. Thank you for joining. So most likely I may be facing those on the Facebook channel more than those on Instagram. So pardon me. Pardon me. Definitely I can't be on the two sides, but I just want to ensure that those who are also following me on my Instagram channel can benefit from the live series. All right, it's been transforming. Like I said, preparing for every series is life transforming. I can guarantee you. All right, I can tell you that preparing for every series is life transforming. Like one of the things I teach, one of the phrases I normally share in my master classes, especially for those who want to learn how to actually build influence using their personal brand. I tell them every thought leader you see out there is a teacher first. Sorry, is a learner first, a student first. All right, students first, and then we learn, and then we go ahead and teach. So students first, and teachers next. And of course, teachers makes the most money than the students. Okay, so every lifelong learner is a student, and then we go ahead and teach other people after being able to practicalize some of the things we learn every day from this section. So just preparing for today's section was transforming for me. All right. I can't guarantee you and tell you exactly that I do everything I'm telling you. All right. But it is that I'm working at it every day. I'm doing some of them, getting the results that I get. But like the topic of today, it's not about the doing part, it's all about the mastering. And of course, mastering, it's about consistency. Okay. So I'm excited, very excited about this opportunity to share. I'm so excited about it, and I believe uh, this is just going to get better and better. So, for everyone who's been joining me live, if you're joining me live, please let me know your name and where you're joining me from. It would be great. And if you're joining me on my Facebook community, all right, it'd be great. You just click the link just in front on top of this video and allow the StreamYard apps to be able to give you opportunity so that whatever comments that you make, we can put that on the screen. All right, it's great to also celebrate you on that. That'll be my joy. And of course, in the course of the conversation, if you feel something jumps at you and you're excited about it, please share it with me in the comments, all right? So that others can actually resonate with it. And of course, that can also be of benefit to other people, all right? Love is sharing. So share with other people. It's great. All right, awesome time. Okay, so let me celebrate practically everyone who is doing stuff out there, everyone who's going out there to transform lives, everyone who's reaching out to people from day-to-day basis, ensuring that people get better and better, all right, using their skills, competencies to actually help people to move from one level to another. I celebrate you, all right? I celebrate you. Today's conversation is all about the skills that you need to master so you can make a difference better. That's what today's conversation is all about. And of course, it's one of the ingredients, it's one of the recipes that you need to master if you actually want to make a difference. All right? Become exceptional, of course, succeed at almost anything. When I say almost anything, you can deploy this in your life, you can deploy this in your career, you can deploy this in your profession, you can also deploy this in your business. So it works at almost anything. You can deploy the skills that I'm going to be teaching today. Okay, so I celebrate you, and I celebrate you so much. Now, lastly, before I go straight on into the conversation for today, right, if you know there are one or two persons that you know that needs to be here, right, please do them a favor by inviting them. All right, for those who are in the community, send a link to them and let them join it and give them access to the community. And of course, they're going to get the benefits of this. And of course, if you want to listen to the last previous section we've had in a couple of weeks, you can actually go on my YouTube channel. All right, YouTube channel is Terry Omodibo on a crossboard. So, same name on my YouTube channel. All right, click the subscribe button, set the notification so you can get notified when the next one be uploaded. But of course, you can listen over and over again to the previous section. Okay, it's free to listen there. You have access to it. All right, and we've talked about several topics on this series. We've shared on several ingredients that you need to actually deploy to succeed. All right, as a recipe for success in almost anything in your life, in your career, in your business. All right, in the first week in May, we talked about the unbelievable power of belief, how you can actually strengthen your belief, increase your belief, the belief level in your belief bucket, so you can deploy all that, so that at the end of the day, you can be able to achieve better results that you desire. All right, we talked about why belief is so powerful, and I was able to take out some steps on how to recreate your future using the power of belief. Awesome time in that conversation. And of course, we also shared on the next episode, which was why you should embrace failure, all right, and reach success. And I shared several details personalities of people, all right, who have practically failed at almost anything, everything. And of course, some of them dropped out of school. Some of them, all right, left whatever they were doing. And today they are billionaires in their field. They are exceptionals in their field, doing awesome stuff. Some of them have created massive results at what they do. Okay, they failed at it over time, several times over and over again. But at the end of the day, they achieve so much success at what they do. There's several of them. All right, Bill Gates, Richard Branson. So any entrepreneur that you see out there doing stuff have embraced failure in one way or the other to be able to create the success that you see today. All right, even Mark Zuckerberg, even using the apps that we have today, failed at it several times. All right, Several businesses failed before they were able to get the success that they desire, that they had today, and we all celebrate. And I talked about also the science of failure. I was able to dive deeply into that. The science of failure. I was able to express exactly what happens in your brain when you fail, and also was able to touch on the reason why we've been taught over and over again not to make mistakes, and how that has done much harm to us than good. And of course, I also talked about what you need to do when you fail. And then last week we talked about last section. I had one of my friend and talked about why you need to take massive action so you can actually speed up your results. So all these different sections you can watch on our YouTube channel. All right, watch my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, Terry Omodibo on YouTube, and watch all the different episodes that we've had so far on this series on the pathways to success. It's been amazing, an amazing life transforming moment, and I specifically celebrate you for being a part of this movement. Okay, so straight on into what I have today, because I don't have so much time, but I have so much to talk about. All right, I have so much to talk about. I have so much time to talk about it, but let me see how far I could go on today's topic. All right, let me see how far I could go on today's topic. But whatever way we could go, that would be great. All right, it'd be great. But let me see how far we could go on today's topic. And the topic says 10 skills you must master. 10 skills you must master that will make you exceptional at almost anything. 10 skills you must master that will make you exceptional at almost anything. All right. These are my 10 top skills. All right. These are things I do practically almost every day. These are the things I am doing. All right. So these are the things I do. This is what I'm doing. The things I am doing, skills that I'm doing. All right. I'll try doing consistently so I can master them over and over again. And these are the skills that are giving me the results that I have on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So I am sharing what I am doing. I'm sharing what is giving me results. I'm sharing what will give you results if you are at entry or beginner's level into this journey. All right. So I'm sharing these details with you today in the course of this conversation. So it's not supposed to be a long conversation. Pathways to Success is just an hour conversation, but very life transforming. And I believe that you will be transformed by just being a part of this. So let's hit right on into today's topic on 10 skills you must master that will make you exceptional at almost anything. Almost anything. Almost anything. Almost anything. Awesome. Great. So I'll start by saying this. All right. I shared this when I was creating the content that I posted on all my social media handles. And I want to start with that by saying that learning new skills, it's a habit. All right. Learning new skills is a habit. All right. Learning new skills is a habit. I celebrate you, my coach of coaches, the Oatsman. I am the Oatsman. I celebrate you, sir. All right. I see what you're doing. And let me also, I'm waving back at you and congratulate you for this official, all right? For meeting you for the acceptance into the Forbes Council. I celebrate you, sir. Thank you so much. And the Oatsman was part of a conference last year on the Brand Visibility and Influence Conference, a summit towards the end of last year in December 2021. It was an awesome time. He shared very deep secrets with us on how to actually build your personal brand strategy. Awesome time. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you, sir. Yeah, I celebrate you, sir. I celebrate you. Okay. So 10 skills, all right? 10 skills you must master if you want to become exceptional. 10 skills, all right? You must master. There are several skills, but this is my 10 top skills. All right. And we call them the high-end skills. All right. There are skills that will guarantee you speedy results. These are skills that will guarantee you massive results in whatever you're doing. These are skills that when you move from the amateur level, right, to the level of mastery, you will cash out over and over again. Okay, so it is not something that you start today and you expect to get the results tomorrow, but it's something that you begin today or you've begun before and you have to be consistent about that over time is going to guarantee you the results that you always desire. And I said faster and easier because they are what? I earn skills, on-demand skills. I earn skills. Okay, so I said learning new skills is a habit. All right, it's a habit. Like every other habits that you learn, sometimes you start them. All right, not really. You just start at it, but you need to be consistent over it. All right, you have to do it consistently, and over time, it becomes like a second nature. All right, it becomes like a second nature. You do it now involuntarily. Okay, I remember the first time I was to start speaking before a camera like this, or before laptops or whatever, before the phone or Facebook Live. It was tough. Okay, I was asking myself, how am I going to be sounding? Okay, this is digital. That if I were to speak in a room, then it's better I could control. I could control how I am being seen. I could control the reactions of people, right? Because I'm seeing them, all right? But now you are saying you should talk to the camera. I don't even know who's going to be listening to it, all right? I don't even know how I will look like at the end of the day. It was so scary. But somehow, all right, I did it the first time. And it was so inspiring. I felt really good. All right. But like you can ask this, every speaker out there, there's always that tension that comes in when you're about to start off. Of course, it's a phobia that we all you have that is the adrenaline that comes in when you're about to start. But of course, when you start, it keeps flowing. So I'm getting better at it. I've got better at it over and over again now. I do it unconsciously most of the time, especially when I start, and I keep talking and talking, and sometimes I have to start hitting myself to stop. Okay, but it wasn't this good initially. All right, I had to consistently do it over and over and over. I'm sure there was a particular time I heard this, that if you want to become a speaker, I heard it from, I can't remember who said it, but when I heard it, it hit me like a rocket, right? That if you want to become a speaker, you need to speak every day. Speakers speak. So if you want to speak, if you want to become a speaker, not just a local champion, a global speaker, then you have to seek for platforms to speak. And of course, if you are not given platforms to speak, create one. Okay. So I have been doing this consistently. All right. Even when I'm not online, I also find opportunities for me to share knowledge and speak offline. All right. So speakers speak. And today I've become better at it. Why? Because like every habit that we do them over and over, and it becomes a second nature. Same thing for the habits or the skills that I'm going to be sharing today. Okay. So I said learning new skills is a habit, and that cannot be overemphasized in today's VUCA world. All right, as it helps to elevate our career, your profession, business, and of course your daily life. In all areas of your life, all right, it will influence it. It will impact it. All right, it will impact it, and of course, all right, that is what will set you apart. All right, it will influence and impact all the different areas of your life. That's the reason why the topic says, all right, skills you have to master to be exceptional at almost anything. Almost anything, you could deploy this into almost anything. Both positive and negatively, you get results, all right, in the direction that you desire. Okay, so let's talk about what's a skill, right? This is just layman definition, but a skill is simply an ability to do something well. Okay, it's simply an ability to do something well or do something exceptionally, right? Do something well or do something exceptionally. So I love the word exceptionally, right? Do something that makes a difference. Do something that sets you apart. Do something that brings distinction for you, all right? That's what it is, all right? You may not be up at it from the day one or from the beginning, but over the period of time, consistently, you become a master. You become a force, or of course, they call it an expert. All right, experts are not those who learned at something. Experts are those who not just will learn something, but they are able to execute it excellently well to the point where people see them and differentiate them amongst others, to the point where they are differentiated and cut aside from others. And then, of course, we call them experts. Right? So that's what a skill is from the layman's understanding. That's from our understanding. And of course, I checked the Longman Dictionary. I love the Longman Dictionary explanation for what a skill is, because it hits some of the things I'll be talking about today. Okay, so before I talk about it, before I explain or get the definition of skill according to Longman Dictionary. All right, let me use this word. There are other words that talks about skill. All right, there are other words that you can use to put in the place of skill. And those words are critical, because those words speaks about some of the things we'll be talking about today. All right, what we're talking about skills now, those words in a way helps me to express, or helps us to express what we'll be discussing today. Okay, so Longman Dictionary says, all right, a skill is an ability to do something well, especially because you have learned and practiced it. Okay, do something well, especially because you've learned and practiced it. It means not just only learned it, you've consistently over and over deployed, used it, all right, practiced it consistently, all right. You have created results from it, and now it is giving you, not only helping you get results in what you were using it for, you are even gone to the extent of helping other people to get results using those skills. All right. So that is what it is in a nutshell. So we could also say that skills are expertise. All right. They are talents. All right. They are competencies. They are giftings that you have. They are techniques you probably have learned, or you have innovated, or you caught. Okay, let me use that word. Expert or techniques you caught somehow, divinely caught somehow, sometimes inspiration. Sometimes you caught them divinely or supernaturally somehow. All right. So skills is expertise, is talents, is competencies, giftings, or techniques. All right. It could also be mastery. Okay, and that's what we're talking about today. It could also be mastery. All right. They are potentials. All right. Know-hows, expertise, expertise, all right, savviness, all right, how savvy you are, all right. It could also be strengths. It could also be your endowment, all right, what you got somehow, that part of the whole, okay? All right, it's part of your potentials, what you got, what you're endowed with, part of your makeup. That's the word, all right, part of your makeup. And of course, I love the last one, that is skill could also mean power. All right. Now, from what we're talking about, when we talked about skill before, we said skill was an ability. Now, what is power? From ordinary physics, all right, elementary physics, power is an ability. So it means skills also is an ability, and power is an ability. So we can equate that and say that skill is power. All right. So if power is an ability, then skill is also an ability. Then we can also say that skill is power. It means skill gives you power, or skill gives you the ability to do something. All right. If power is an ability to do something or to do work, like we were told, and then skill is an ability to do something well, then we can say skill gives you power. And of course, power gives you that ability and the strength to be able to create results, or to create exceptional results from what you're doing. So skill is power. Don't forget that. All right? That's the first thing we're talking about today. You want power? You want influence? You want results? You want to be exceptional? You need to be able to learn new skills. In today's day and age, don't get it twisted. Certificates don't make you. Certificates is for people. Certificates are good. Don't get me right. Get me right. Certificates are good, but people look out for skills. It is the skills that creates the results, not the certificates. All right. What did Joseph get as a certificate? All right, in Egypt. All right. Was there any certificate? But he had that skill, that ability to interpret dreams. He had the ability to interpret dreams. And because of the divine ability to interpret dreams, he had interpreted several dreams in the past. Of course, he must have interpreted several dreams in the past. He has shared with his brothers. And of course, for that power to interpret dreams, he interpreted the dreams of the king, and that got him to the palace. And it came to pass. So he had that endowment. He had that, what was the word there? He had that endowment, he had that gifting of interpretation of dreams. And that's what set him apart, not a certificate. Except there's a certificate for dream interpretation. Probably would have set up a school of dream interpretation and, of course, teach other people and give them certificates just to certify them. But all those are for regulation purposes. And, of course, just for people to be able to use that to say, okay, I did this, I did that. Really. But it's the skill, it's the mastery that comes from the deployment of those learnings that creates the results. And that's the most important part. Now, maybe certificates will get you to the door, but skill is what will give you the job. Let me say that again. Your certificates will get you to the door, but the skills will give you the job. Oh, that's a quotable quote. Oh, that's a quotable quote. I'm going to put that out there, all right, after this section. All right, your certificate will get you to the door, but your skill will give you the job. All right, because it's your skill that will create the results, not the certificates. Your certificates will give you access, but the skill will give you what? The results that you desire, especially when it's deployed right. So we need to be able to pay attention to this. All right, what are we talking about? We're talking about the recipe for success in life, career, and business. What are the ingredients for success? What are the recipe? What are the ingredients that you need to be able to succeed at anything, almost anything? These are the things we're talking about today. We shared different things in the past, different weeks. Today, we're looking at the need for you to be able to learn new skills. Okay? New skills, new competencies. Of course, in the workplace, for you to be able to advance, you need competencies, new skills, new competencies, new learnings to advance. In your business, the same thing. If in your personal life, if you are not advancing, if you are not learning new things, of course, you are just retarding. Or retarding, sorry, not retarding. You are retarding. Okay, and of course, God knows where you will get to. Okay, so that is why it is critical, and I've shared with you today that skill is what? Power. That's the first thing we need to know. It's power. Now, Robert Greene says that the future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. The future belongs to those who learn more skills and are able to put them together and combine them in the most creative and innovative ways. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So you need to embrace it like your life depends on it. I know some of us are already doing this. All right? This is a wake-up call for you. Now, for those who are not, who are laid back in one way or the other, because I know there are some people in that category, this may be for you. All right? This may be for you. But for those who are already attained mastery in this, please share this good news to other people. It's very critical today. If you want people's life to get better, if you want people to be able to get results, all right? If you have enough people to get the results that they desire, of course, you will get yours. And of course, the world will become a better place when everyone does their own bit. All right? So, the work, all right, the future belongs to those who learn new skills, more skills, and are able to creatively combine them together. Okay? So, Shelley Sandberg said something there that's very, very instructional. He said, build your skill, not your resume. Build your skill, not your resume. Okay? Now, this cannot be taken hook, line, and sinker. It depends on where you are and what you're going to be using it for. All right? If you are in the workplace, you need to build your resume alongside your skill. All right? All right? But what he's saying is also very instructional to focus on getting skills, because your resume may get you to the door, like I said, but it's your skill that will give you the job. It's a skill that will give you the job. So you need to pay attention to the things that commands the results. All right, so you can get the results far, far more better. Great. All right. So your skill can either be an asset or a liability. Your skill can either become an asset or a liability. That's what James Ho said, according to James Ho. All right. But I looked at it and said, that's true, right? Because your skill can either add to you or add to others, or it can take away from you or take away from others, depending on the skills that you have. Right? Like they say, assets are things that add to you. Liabilities are things that take away, activities. Liabilities are activities that takes something away from you. So if you put that in terms of money, it means assets are the activities or the things that you do that brings money to you. All right? Then liabilities are the things that takes money away from you. So when it comes to skills too, the same thing. The skills that you do can become liabilities for you. All right? If it takes away money from you, or if it takes away if it takes things away from you or takes results from you, keeps results far away from you. All right, it could be an asset if it brings the world close to you, if it brings your results faster, if it gives you access more, if it brings you before the right relationships. All right, so we could say from Joseph's story that Joseph had a skill that brought him, give him access to the palace easily. All right. So his skill of dream interpretation was an asset at that point. But he had one skill that took him away so far. The skill of not cautioning what he said, speaking, all right? He wasn't cautious about what he said, what he's always saying, sorry. He wasn't cautious about the things he says per time. All right. If he hears something, he just speaks out just easily like that. He wasn't too cautious. All right. And that's the reason why when he caught a dream to interpret, all right, he caught the vision from God on where things were going as far as his family was concerned. He shared it immediately without looking at the other side of it. All right. Wisdom demands that he should have at least taken some precaution. All right. But well, let's just say it was young. All right. Let's just give some excuses that it was young. All right, because some of us could have been in the same category, have been in the same situation per time. All right, have been in the same situation. But let's just say and give some excuses up front. But what I'm trying to say, from in a nutshell, is that we must begin to develop the right skills that will give us access faster, easier, and great results for us. All right. So learning new skills can take time. Learning new skills can take time. So when I say learning new skills, I'm assuming that you already have some already. So there are some skills I will mention it today, which are my top 10 skills. All right. Those skills, if you have them, congratulations. All right. But if you don't, hey, it's something you need to begin to learn and master. For some of us who are at the beginning stage, it's just trying to hustle it. All right. You need to begin to move it and consistently begin to master it. Right? Because only experts get high paid. Okay, highly paid. Only experts get highly paid. All right. Amateurs don't. All right, they get money. All right, they get access to a few places. But of course, if you want to serve the rich and affluent, you also need to discuss you need to learn the skills that will give you access to this kind of people. That's the truth. That's the truth. Now, the only skill that will be important in the 21st century is the skill of learning new skills. All right. The only skill that will be important today in this 21st century in this book award is the skill of learning new skills. Everything else will be obsolete over time. Everything else will be obsolete over time. So put your money where your mouth is. Put your heart where the results are. Okay? Put your focus on the right places so that you can get the results that you desire. All right? You don't want to get results that you don't like. You don't want to get results that are liability to you. You want to get results that gives you access. So put the right focus on those right skills. And of course, you're going to get better results. Now, what are some of the benefits, or why should you learn new skills? I mentioned some of them already, right? But for the purpose of maybe some of us who maybe wanted to write, I'm going to just mention that there are so many of them, but I was able to put down at least 12 that I know are very critical. All right, very critical. You can, most of the others may be derivative from these 12. Okay, there are several skills. But for the purpose of today's class, I was able to put down 12 critical reasons or why you should learn a new skill. Okay, why you should learn a new skill, not just yesterday, you learn a new skill today, and why you should keep learning new things, new skills every time. Number one is it helps you to keep abreast of new advancement in your chosen field. It helps you to keep abreast of new advancements in your chosen field. Now, if you are in tech, of course, you know tech today is fast advancing. All right. In short, what you know last year about tech has evolved. The tools you know that worked last year has evolved. Tech is one area, one industry that continues to evolve by the day. So you must every day begin to sit down to develop new things, new ideas, new areas, creating things around those areas. Okay? Tech has influenced every other sector, every other area. Like they say, if you continue to do the same thing over and over again to expect a different result, is the beginning of insanity. And that's the reason why you have to keep abreast of the new advancements in your area, a chosen field, and of course, work at it to learn some new things in those areas. About Einstein science. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Once you stop learning, you start dying, period. So once you are not abreast of what happens in your industry, you start declining. I have checks and balances most of the time when I discover that in a couple of weeks I'm not able to learn something new. I just feel empty. I feel something was wrong somewhere. Sometimes I get so irritated. All right, I feel stuck in a bit. Those are signs that comes in when I need to learn something new right now. Everything I know is updated already. All right. When you are trying to do some things and you're not getting the results, it's a clue that something is not right somewhere. Maybe what you know is outdated already. Right? You need to learn something new. You need to learn new things. You need to be able to embrace new things, new ideas. All right. I need to talk to new persons. I need to be around new set of people. That's the things for me. So you want to do the same thing too. So that's one critical reason why this is critical. And that's why I'm sharing today. Number two, it helps to increase your income. Right? It helps to increase your income. You should learn it. If you know new things and you do it first, of course, you're going to earn massive return on investment for being the first, amongst the first, to be able to deploy those new things. And so imagine when Paystack came on, all right? Paystack brought that freshness to fintech, all right? Some others may have come before that, but they were able to put themselves together and brought freshness to fintech. And today they're cashing out big time. Others are coming, so many apps right here and there, Northside Center that have been developed right now. But of course, they are the foremost. And of course, several others have come so far. But imagine that they are not keeping abreast. They will become irrelevant and they'll just fade away. So every day they keep releasing new things. They are on top of their game to ensure that they put the right things in the right places, listen to the right feedbacks from customers. What is the new thing as far as finance and technology globally is concerned, and try as much as possible to expand. That's what they do. So the same thing, right? Once you gain monopoly in the marketplace, what happens? Of course, you can be able to dictate the price and of course cash out big time. But still, if you're able to deploy new advancement in technology to front your expand or to help in your business areas, of course, you can use that and deploy that and be able to influence the profitability of your products and still be able to catch out in one way or the other. Okay, so it helps you increase your income. It helps you to get financial gains or profitability. Just put it in a nutshell. Okay, So Michael Barsi says that a good entrepreneur converts his skills to cash. A good entrepreneur converts his skills to cash. The more you deploy new skills, the more you learn first new skills, deploy them, the more you could convert them to money. But when you don't have anything, what will you do? You just been there. And of course, you're going to fade away over time if you are not. Number 3, it opens doors of opportunities. It opens doors of opportunities. Skills open doors. Joseph's story that I've been using saying same thing. His skill of interpreting dream opened the doors to the palace for him. Right? Your skill. Remember, we talked about different words that we use to express skill. Your giftings, your competencies. For those who are in the workplace, who are employees, your competencies, your giftings, your skills. All right? They will open the doors for you. They will bring you before kings and priests. All right? I've had personal experiences in those areas too. I've had personal experiences, phenomenal experiences. All right? Phenomenal experiences so far from learning new things. I just shared with you the first time. It's not that long. The first time I talked about facing a laptop with the camera, with the camcorder, and talking face to it. It's not that long. It's not so far. But that ability, all right, has earned me to be able today to at least have trained, been able to impact people in 3 continents so far, just by being able to learn that skill. All right, to learn that skill. Learn the skill of. I remember a friend told me that you could teach anything, even as far as how to use Zoom. Right, right. That one of our friends have been called to come and teach in an organization how to use Zoom. I had to do a meeting. As far as like Zoom, everybody knows how to use Zoom. All right. Just imagine. All right. So those are the things. Skills, competencies can help you open doors of opportunities for you. Okay. The gateways were open for me when I learned how to do this. All right. So I could sit in my home and then teach people from the US, from London, England, and from several continents, at least 3 continents today, and several areas of Nigeria. All right. I sit in my home and I'm able to influence and teach other people competencies in different states in Nigeria, different states from the north, south, east, west, just from my home, just being able to leverage on the internet. All right. What if I play play to the gallery, or what do they call it now? Play to the gallery. What if I play the backside and say, this is, like some people today can't even know. They are so afraid, not only afraid, they are so averse to this, all right? Because it's new, it's millennia per se, all right? It's millennia. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. So you can close doors or open doors if you're able to learn some of these new things. All right? Number 4. So I have some comments here. Let me see. Oh, awesome. Hey, greetings, Star Terry. Thank you, Kelvin. All right. Thank you, Kevin, for joining. I appreciate that. And for the comments. I appreciate that. Kevin Brown. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's great. That's great. Thanks for joining live. Okay, so let me move on. Let me move on because of the time. Time is running out. Now, number 4, it impacts your career, your profession, and your business growth, or it helps, all right, or it leads to career, professional, or business growth. Of course, for those who are career professionals, all right, those who are employees, for you to attain any level in your office, all right, you need to be able to learn new things. You can't grow in that organization without learning new skills. That's default. That's the design of the workplace. For business people, there is that thing that says you should stay in one place, all right, except you are that person that is very visionary and you want to take your business global, so you want to learn new things, you keep moving and keep moving. So sometimes you have this, you get engulfed, all right, especially if your business is not structured. You get engulfed in activities to the point where you over weeks, months, you've not learned anything new. I just got that at some point. your business cannot even grow beyond you. Right? For you to take that business to the next level, you need to be able to learn, retreat, learn, and then come back and get the business moved to the next level. That's how it works. Okay? So if you want your business to advance, you need to develop new skills. Now, what skills? I will talk about that. In my top 10, we'll talk about that. Okay? Number 5 is it helps you to develop creative ideas. Creative ideas. Okay? Develop creative ideas. In preparing for the last section, I got an idea of what next to do and how to do it. And that idea I'm going to deploy next week. Okay, next week here, I'm still looking for more ideas to fine tune that idea to make it receptible, sellable. But I caught it while preparing for the section last week. So it helps you, all right? It helps you to develop creative ideas. Okay, creative ideas. A few weeks back, I went for a digital marketing class again. I've done it before. I went for other areas to learn how to run some ads in some platforms to get some more details on how you can actually do it better. And I was like, what has been happening to me? Okay, all right. Learn to do the Facebook ads better. All right, some tips and tricks that you can use, and of course, ads on Google Ads and similar ads. All right, and I'm going to deploy all that. All right, to do something else. One new skill that I just learned recently. Okay, and of course, because of this new year, I had to learn something new, a new skill. All right, that's what kept me a bit. All right, intended. When at the beginning process of learning a new skill, sometimes it gets into the other things you're doing. And that's what kept me a bit off from social media for a few weeks in the course of the year. All right, but I've gotten better at it now. I'm able to master it and create some time out, and that's the reason why you could see that I'm still here doing this over and over again. When you learn a new skill, of course, you need some time to be able to. It's like it comes into your life and then look as if it's going to destabilize a few things. But at the end of the day, if you're able to plan and structure them properly, you can be able to take all of them in the right direction and for you to get a fantastic result. So it helps you, all right, to develop creative, innovative ideas. The next one there, which number 6 is it creates likability with others or from others, right? It creates likability from others, or it helps you to attract people. Okay, it helps you to attract people. That's the truth. All right. When something you don't know, okay, something you know that others don't know, when you let them know that you know it and then you can teach them, of course, they come close to you, they want to learn from you. All right, they come close to you, they want to learn from you. All right, and that's how we run webinars. What do? We put a skill that we know, all right, competencies that we know out there, and we push it out there, right, for people. Okay, well, this is what we know. Come and learn from us, and then of course it helps us to attract them. And of course, for every opportunity out there, it's a solution that someone else have to a particular problem, and that's attractive. Okay, that attracts them. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it creates likability, others, and of course, help you to attract other people. Number 7 is it breeds confidence or boosts your confidence when you know something like you know it. Hey, all right. It helps you to buga, right? Like they say, it helps you feel so confident about yourself. All right, it helps you feel so confident that you want to push out there, right? As if the world is on your shoulders, you want to get things done in an amazing, exceptional way because you know, like you know it. All right. Oh, wow. So it helps you and boosts your confidence and your courage. And of course, it helps you to override fear and anxiety. When you know, like you know it, you are not afraid. You could take on things, man. Oh, amazing, awesome, and amazing. All right, so that's number 7. I said it helps to brood your confidence. Baltimore says if you engage in a new skill, you go to thicken the brain's prefrontal cortex. All right, there's a science to that, right, and how that helps you to boost your confidence. All right, Some people say it even makes you healthier. All right, makes you healthier. Makes you're flexible in your thinking. All right, you feel so refreshed after you come back from a course. You begin to see things from different perspectives. Your point of view begins to change, and your life begins to transform because we are transformed by the renewing of our minds. It's as simple as that. Number 8, it empowers you and promotes adaptability. It empowers you. It gives you power, like I said at the beginning. Power is an ability. It empowers. I need to run because of the time. Number 9, it benefits and empowers others. Benefits and empowers others. Number 10, it makes you, right? It gives you motivation. It gives you motivation. It gives you motivation. All right? It makes you want to go out there and crush things. I think that's the truth, man. It happens. I can tell you for free. When I'm ready, when I do my research properly, and I am confident of what I want to say, I come out here and I crush it. All right? It gives me that confidence, gives me that energy. All right, and of course, if I know what I'm going to be sharing is life transforming, I go ahead and I have the motivation. I want to own the stage. Right? That's what happens when you do your due diligence. You learn so well. That's the truth. Don't get it twisted. When you know your onion very well, it gives you confidence. If I'm speaking in my area, all right, in my area, the area I love to talk about that I'm passionate about. I'm speaking about leadership. Hey, I could talk for hours. If I talk about branding, leadership, if I talk about skills, competencies, talk about success, if I talk about failure, if I talk about survivor, if I talk about pain, all those are all things that are around leadership, all right? So all summed up in leadership and influence. If I'm talking about topics like that, I talk so passionately, I speak so passionately in those areas. All right. I could go for hours and hours talking about the things because there are things that I know I'm confident that I do, and the things I want to talk about, I'm passionate about, confident about them. Gives you that motivation to want to share. Okay. Number 11, it makes you relevant. All right, makes you relevant and helps you to build influence. Okay, you see, influence will always be in whatever I'm sharing. Influence. Leadership is influence. Leadership, influence is everything. And of course, it's a skill too. We're talking about that much later. Number 12, it helps you to achieve your goals faster. It helps you to achieve your goals faster. Go learn those new skills. That's my encouragement tonight. It's as simple as that. Go learn those new skills. All right? Go learn something new. Not just something that is in your direction, something that will enable you, something that adds to your purpose. I'm going to bring purpose here because there's some things some of us learn these days. We just learn it for learning's sake. All right. We need to learn the skills that will enable you to achieve purpose faster. Achieve your results faster in the direction of your purpose and your objective. All right. Simple. So those are 12 out of so many other reasons, or so many other benefits of learning something new. All right. So let's talk about the skills you must master, which is the topic of today. Top 10 skills. I don't know if I have the time. I don't have the time. But let's see how far we can go. All right. If we're able to take a few of them today, and of course, probably have a part 2 of this conversation. All right. But let's just start. All right. 10, my top 10 of the skills you must master if you want to become exceptional at almost anything in your life, in your career, in your business, in your profession, whatever you're doing. Top 10 skills you must master. Right? I'm emphasizing that. Right? Something you must work at every day if you want to succeed. You must work at every day if you want to become exceptional, if you want to build influence. All right, if you want to thrive in your space, 10, you must master. Number one is people skills. People skills. Don't get it twisted. You live with people. You must learn how to be able to walk around people. People are the greatest assets in our world. Whatever you are doing for people. All right? Whatever you are doing for people. If you don't master the skills around people, you will struggle. I've encountered a couple of persons, I've encountered a lot of people. They do well at some other things, but when it comes to people's skills, some of them struggle. They tell you, it's not my personality, it's not my, it's not just. Yes, we are the people too, also, that's true, all right? They tell you, it's not my, I'm not built like that, it's not my, when it comes to, yes, it is hard, all right? Now, when we come look at the 4 personality types, we have the sanguines, we have the melancholies, we have the cholerics, and then we have the sanguines, the cholerics, the melancholies, and the phlegmatics. Now, if you look at those 4 personality types, you can see that some of them are more prone to having high people skills than the others. Now, the others that don't have high people skills run away and shy away because it's not natural to them to build it. Okay, it's not natural to them to build it. Yet they want to do things and achieve, become high flyers in their areas of influence. It's not possible. The things you don't have, you can't learn them. That's why skill. Every skill can be learned. So far, it's a skill. It can be learned. So people's skills, it means it can be learned. Yes, we said it's an endowment, it's a potential, it's a skill. Every skill can be learned. So they run away from it because they believe I did not come from heaven with it, or I wasn't born with it. Because I wasn't born with it, I know I need it, I could learn it. It's as simple as that. I'm a case study. I ran away from speaking for long because what was natural to me was behind the scene. That was natural. Yes, I could stand in front of people, but and do some other things, use some other skills that I knew were natural to me. But when it comes to skills like this, I ran away for many years. But when I knew that this is critical skill I need to develop if I want to excel, if I want to get to my goal, I need to develop the people skills. I need to develop the ability to be able to communicate and communicate excellently well. Ability to make sense. For crying out loud. If I have to fail through it, I will. I will. So I needed to face the fear and do it anyhow. And today, someone sees me today and say, this was not me 5-10 years ago. That's the truth. I have evolved. A friend of mine who lives in Canada right now saw me online. I think it's part of my community too. Probably we see this. But he just sent me a DM after seeing one of my posts. I think one of my trainings conference. I think the conference I did last year. I had the exceptional leader conference or brand visibility conference. And he said, wow, Terry, how you have so much evolved. I said, that's it. I knew I had the potential, but I needed to develop it. I needed to come out of my shell and use it. That's the truth. I had to. So people's skills is critical. So what's the skills? What's people's skills? Some of us don't know. Yeah, I know there's people there, but what's people's skill? Kevin says, and we are the people too. Yeah. Yes, we are. We need to learn how to relate with ourselves. So people's skills, the skills are the tools that you use to communicate and interact with other people more efficiently or more effectively. That tools, all right, the skills that we use in our everyday to communicate with others. All right, there are different aspects to it, and I'll just mention because of the time today. There are different aspects to people's skills. All right, it's in 3 broad folds. We have the personal skills, or the skills that helps you to be able to communicate to other people. All right, the personal ones. We have the interactive skills, the one that helps you to relate with other people. All right, then we have the leadership skills. All right, you can see it's coming back here again. The ones that helps you to be able to lead other people or persuade other people or influence other people. These are the 3 broad areas of the people's skills. And of course, we have the soft skills, We have the interpersonal skills. We have the emotional intelligence skills. We have the interpersonal intelligence and several other areas of communication. These are the skills. The list is endless. But everything that can make you to communicate with others and communicate very effectively, interact with others, and interact very efficiently, and be able to get things done and get results, you need to learn it. You can't run away from people. You have to run towards people. You can't run away. Max Mercer says your career success in the workplace for those who are career professionals of today, independent of technical expertise, depends on the quality of your people skills. The quality. All right? Depends on the quality of your people skills. That's what, even if your business, you can be the boss, but if you don't have people skills, will kill the business. I have a friend of mine who shared with me, all right, when he was working a few weeks ago, his laptop place anyway, was giving me experiences he has with his boss. The boss is a shouter. Is the most feared boss. No leadership skill. And of course, the business will just be struggling, cannot scale because they lack leadership skills, lack people skills. Your ability to move people, harness their potentials towards a desired vision or goal is what leadership is all about. And of course, you must develop it. It's a skill. We're not born with it. We're not born with it. We can develop it. Terry, my life is all about helping people to get better and be able to build influence, leadership skills, all the competencies that it requires for you to be able to effectively communicate your life, communicate yourself, to be able effectively be able to advance in your life, in your career, in your business. That's what I'm all about. Period. And I'm passionate about it. Gotta have people skills. We have to develop them. Also, that's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Gotta have people skills. We have to develop them. Awesome. Right? So that's the first one we need to have. People skills. I need to run. I need to wrap this up. Hey, I guess we're going to have a part 2 of this. We're going to have a part 2 of this, obviously, right? But let me just see if I can share maybe 2 or 3 more, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more, depending on the time. I think we should end this in another 10 minutes, all right? It must not be too long. Okay, so the next one is writing skills. Okay, so I said this is my top 10. I just shared my experiences about people's skills right now. Okay, I wasn't like this before, but today I am like this. And I'm teaching other people to do the same thing. That's what I do. My place of work is the same thing I do. Writing skills. This is another critical one. A lot of people fear this, including me in the past. I had struggles in this area too. Still have some struggles. Let me admit, still have some struggles. All right. But I'm willing to crush those things. And I'm working at it. In short, in preparing for this, I dabble into some secrets, all right, some myths, all right. I'm dabbling into some truths, and it's already moved me from where I used to be a few hours ago. And right now, I know I'm going to get better at this and help other people do the same, right? Writing skills is critical if you want to be able to what? Differentiate yourself, set yourself apart, become exceptional in your field, in your industry, at anything that you do. You need writing skills. Now, what does writing skills do for you? It helps you communicate with other people without having to be there. Everything you read about people that they are not there with you, that's what writing is doing for you. They are communicating with you, yet they're not been there. Writing will help you to be able to go farther than you could go normally. Right? My first attempt at writing was in university. Anyway, when I did writing school, I'm talking about the different aspects now. But my first encounter, all right, in wanting to write a book was hilarious. Okay, I'll share that story very much later. But because of the time, let me just talk about the different aspects here. All right. And move the direction at which I'm talking about these writing skills. There are 5 elements that we need to consider. But before talking about those 5 elements, we're talking about What are you using your writing for? What areas or aspects of writing do you need to develop expertise or competencies in? Let me talk about those areas first. Number one area is writing of books. Now, the type of books is not something we can talk about today. This is a big area, but writing of books is one of them. The other area of skill that is very essential is copywriting skill. So I said book writing skills, copywriting skills. Very essential today's day and age. Number three is content writing skills. You can see all these writings. And number four area that I'm critical about is email writing skills. Now, the tone of this different channel are different. Emails writing, that incorporates copywriting in it. If you're able to use it right? People make heavy sales through their emails. Research has said that outside of physical interception or internet integration, one of the critical channels that have converted the most when it comes to sales is through emails. Still remains one of the top channels for sales. It's emails. There is no organization that will interface with you without sending emails. All right. Although they use WhatsApp now, but emails, more of emails, gives the opportunity for them to write and write well, communicate everything they want to say in that email without having to pay so much for it. Okay. So it's a skill that has to be developed. You just have to learn it. All right. So for book writing of the books, it's easier today. There are a lot of tools you can use, AI that you can use, even Google Doc. It's also there. Today's not about the tools you can use, but there are lots that can help you to simplify the process. Okay. So what are the elements that should be contained in those writing? It must have a purpose. It must have capture an audience. You must be writing to someone. All right. You must be seeing that someone while you're writing. Okay. And of course, there must be clarity of what you're saying. Read books at the end of the day, you must understand where the book direction is going. I've read some books and when I was on, hey, this was just a time wasted. Because they say write an ebook, just babble a couple of things, I just put it there and say, this book, hey, for me, it's a waste of time. Okay, so your book must be able to have unity of ideas and of course, but coherent. All right, purpose, the audience, clarity, ideas must be coherent together, and of course, they must be simple enough, digestible. All right, simple enough to be digested. These are the different aspects. You must incorporate all this into it, and of course, it's a skill. My first attempt at writing was hilarious, like I said. Someone after a mastermind, one of our masterminds many years back, I just told me, Terry, I want to put up a magazine. Please, could you help me write an article? He said, just article, though, just article. Hey, it took me weeks. I kept procrastinating before I could come up with something. One day I just said, Terry, what's wrong with you? I need to put this together. I sat down and did that. I was going to come up with something after so much research. I was going to come up with something. And at the end of the day, she said, that our editor says that there's so much content you cannot be able to use it again. I said, fine, great. I just converted it to an ebook. Awesome. All right. That was it. That was my first attempt. But it was very hilarious. Very, very, it's just so funny. Yeah. Purpose, audience, and clarity. That's true. That's it. Okay. So we need to understand that it's not an easy thing. It's a skill that can be developed. Okay. I love what Richard Bach says. He said, a professional writer is an amateur who didn't quit. A professional writer is an amateur that didn't quit. That's me. I haven't quitting. The little I even know, I can teach it. Yes, because at least I have a couple of books I've written too. All right, I'm able to put together articles, put together a couple of them, at least some of them. But the heaviest ones are coming in the future. They're coming soon. But at least we started from somewhere and we're still getting that somewhere. There are so many books unwritten. They have like 3-4 books that I'm still putting together. Some of them are written, some kept, some waiting for some things to happen for some. A couple of them, like 4 of them are still coming. And they are going to be massive transformational content. I guarantee you. My goal is to have one come out in another few weeks. At least one come out in another few weeks by the grace of God. All right. So we gotta have that. All right. We gotta have people's skills. We have to develop them. Okay. Stephen King said something that's so instructive there too. He said, if you want to be a great writer, you must do two things above all others: read a lot and learn a lot. So read a lot and write a lot. Sorry. Read a lot and write a lot. And that's what I'm doing. When I saw this, I think, well, that's it. That's it. Read a lot, write a lot. If you want to be a good writer, read a lot of articles, read a lot of content, read a lot of things. It influences the process of programming. At the end of the day, when you write, you get better by writing every day. That's it. Hey, just 2 out of 10. Let me see if I can take one more, and then I will have this conversation. We're going to stop this, and then probably have a part 2 of this section, maybe next week, and complete this section. 10 strong skills we must develop. Number 3 is marketing skill. Marketing skill. Marketing skill. This one fears people the most. People fear this. People fear marketing. What's good enough? God help me. My earliest my career, I jumped into marketing naively. I knew there was something that has to do with talking and trying to persuade people, but it was so elementary, or it was like potential. It was just there, and somehow I was just somehow dropped into marketing, and that's how I developed it. I knew that my personality was adverse to marketing, but somehow I had to embrace it to develop it. All right, I had to find a way. But there's a lot that is involved when it comes to the marketing skills you need to learn when it comes to marketing. There are a lot of skills inside we need to develop. It's a journey, but you need to embrace it. You need to want to do it. I still have people around me, a couple of my friends who says, hey, I don't like marketing. You could see it out there, but it's a critical skill if you want to be set apart, if you want to be different, if you want to get faster results at anything, not even today. If you want your brand to be out there, you want to be the influencer you have always wanted to be, hey, you need to market your brand. Who's going to do it for yourself? Who's going to do it for you than yourself? You will do it yourself. So marketing, it involves storytelling. It involves customer knowledge, know your customer. You call it the KYC. You must be able to know your buyer's personnel, know who you are talking to, your audience. You must know them like you know yourself. All right. Also, copywriting skills. I mentioned that before. You must have powerful listening skills, ability to listen. All right. Closing skills, especially if you want to do sales. Sales skills. All right. Must be able to have this technical experience, expertise of data analysis. You must understand how the numbers play out. What are the factors that affect it? You must understand collaborative thinking. You must get out of self-thinking to collaborative thinking. Team building skills, social selling skills, problem-solving skills, customer relation management skills. All these are skills, all in marketing skills. You can see it. This is what we call it. It's a what do you call it now? It's a profession on its own, but everyone is to embrace it. Nobody was born with it. Yes, some maybe somewhere they have to develop, but some they are far from it. But the skills that you want to embrace. David Orville says you cannot, all right, have people into buying your products. You can only interest them in buying it. All right? You cannot coerce people into buying your product. You can only interest them to buy it. All right? So marketing skills is critical. Marketing skills is something you want to embrace if you want to do well and if you want to be exceptional in your field. All right? So I believe I've been able to share from my heart, all right, 3 out of 10, all right? So definitely we're going to have the part 2 of this, of the 10 skills that you must master if you want to be able to be exceptional at almost anything. Thank you so much. I need to wrap this right now because I don't make it long. But I believe it's been worth it. Thank you so much, Calvin Brown, joining all the way from the United States. I appreciate you for staying through. I appreciate you for engaging. I appreciate you and all those that have joined. I see a couple of persons come in and go out. I guess they'll be able to watch this replay much later. And for all those who will be joining to watch the replay, awesome. I celebrate you too. I know This is some of us maybe still be on the road, but those of us in Nigeria, this is on the transit time. It's weekends, so it's transit time. It's still fine. All right, great. But I celebrate all those who are watching this and those who watch the replay. And of course, this will be in the community for just a few days. All right, few days. And of course, I'm going to take it down. All right, and then be uploaded on my YouTube channel. So you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Study Omodibo on YouTube. I'm going to upload it there so you can listen to it over and over again. And all the other sections we've done so far, and the week's past, all the different sections and different episodes that I've taken. The one I took with Wikiman last week also, they are all on YouTube. You can go there and listen to them over and over again. Of course, set a notification that you want to also get notified when we upload a new video. Now, this is for now, all right, taking place in this community. It won't be forever, all right? We may just change it, all right? All right, it may just be on YouTube in the coming weeks, you never can tell. But this is an opportunity for us to be able to leverage this opportunity. This is quality information, all right, that is beneficial, all right, to everyone who is seeking to become exceptional in what they do. So I celebrate you. I celebrate everyone who has joined. I celebrate everyone who's engaging. I celebrate all those who are doing one step or the other. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. All right. Kevin says, I was just thinking about this from self-thinking to collaborative thinking. Awesome. That's it. That's it. Collaborative thinking is it. All right. John Maxwell has a law around this. All right. If you go alone, you won't go too far. If you go with people, you will go very far. All right. Very, very far. So you have to go with people. You have to go with people. Celebrated. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that for engaging. Thank you for the comments and everything. I appreciate it. And all our viewers also on Instagram, thank you for joining on Instagram. I celebrate you. This is coming to you again this week. Last week we were able to do this because we had a guest, so I couldn't figure out how to collaborate that. Having a guest on Facebook and also be able to have it on Instagram. But probably we will do that maybe some other time. But it was an awesome time. So go on my YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can listen to the last episode section on how why you need to actually take massive action if you want to create results faster. All right, that's it. Very simple. So thank you. Until I come your way again this same time next week on another episode, no, on the part 2 of this episode of the Pathways to Success, to talk about same thing on how you can the skills that you will require to master so you can become exceptional at almost anything. My name remains Terry Omodibo, a brand leadership coach and the founder of the Leading Beyond Success community. I'm so glad, and I'll see you same time next week. All right.